is.
All I know is this violates every canon of respectable broadcasting.
How are you?
Hey, who wants to help me get this recorder out of here? I need some muscle over here.
You are listening to Blame Your Brother.
Hello, and welcome back once again to Blame Your Brother, episode 157. We are back once again to entertain you for the next hour or so. Come check us out every Thursday night, 8 p.m. at blameyourbrother.tv. Quick announcement, if you're watching this in the live chat tonight, or if you're listening before midnight hits, this is the last day to vote for us in the Best of Nashville 2019 Awards. If you haven't done that yet, go to bestofnashville2019.com. That will take you to the Best of Nashville webpage, whatever it's called. Go vote for us. Best podcast in the media and politics category. So if you're in the chat, you want to do that, that would help us out. We'll see what happens, guys. We appreciate all your support, whatever happens. But yeah, every Thursday night, 8 p.m., come hang out with us. And we are Blame Your Brother. There are three of us that come to you every week. I am one third of that trio. I am David, a.k.a. D. Brew, voice of the people, Glenn Jackson, Mr. 40%, Nick Nickham, the spiritual midget, the dream killer, and I'm joined by this gentleman who sits to the left of me, the Colorado kid. It's my brother. It's Lee.
What up, everyone? It is the Saul of podcasting, the one and only LeBron Safety Pin.
And then we have this guy sitting to the right of me, our longtime friend. It is John.
John here, a.k.a. Tico, a.k.a. Mr. Groupon, the sole operator of the Disappointment Cannon, Mr. PTI, the Madman.
They got John Tortorella, a madman.
They do have a madman.
Okay, he's a madman.
There we go. So that is the three of us. I'm getting texts right now. The NFL season has started. The games are on tonight, so we'll see if that affects our live chat or not. But go football. We love football. So, all right. Well, we're back. We had Bring Dad a Beer. We had Kent and Jeff on last week. So much thanks to those guys. We had a good time with them. Had a lot of people show up. A lot of people liked the show. So go check out their podcast, Bring Dad a Beer. Hopefully you enjoyed it. We've had some great guests over the last couple of weeks, but we are no guests tonight. We are back to the original formula here. But I enjoyed everybody that came out, Bring Dad a Beer. We had Y2Gay come on. We had future mayor possibly, John Cooper. I mean, it was a star-studded lineup. So that was our month of August. So we did it. Lee's birthday was last week. He is now 40 years old. So we're all old, middle-aged white men doing a podcast. But, hey, we start the show every week. Room for apologies, retractions, omissions, and we will start with Lee. Is there anything you need to apologize for last week's show?
Well, first off, I just want to say it feels really empty in here right now. So I think we need a fourth chair always. And it has to be someone extremely young and attractive.
Female.
Or whatever. I'm not going to. It's 2019, you know? Why you got to be like that?
Because a female would
You
probably...
said attractive in my eyes. I instantly pictured a female. So.
You've never seen an attractive man before?
I'm just saying what I immediately pictured was a female.
Okay, I'm just saying you've seen an attractive male before.
I have.
I asked John, though.
Well,
he's struggling.
In the mirror.
He doesn't want to say yes.
In the mirror. Did you hear us? In the mirror.
Okay. Anyway, I have to apologize for the technical difficulties we had last week. The true tragedy is, after the show, I tried to blame it on everyone else but me, but as it come to turn out, it was completely my fault. So I apologize to David. Apologize to John.
Thanks to your friend Brandon for coming out and kind of putting you in your place.
Maybe he needs
to come out every week and kind of. But it is
producer
it is called,
Brandon.
Show is called Blame Your Brother. So I mean, it would be on brand for you to blame us. Me.
But if you go and listen to the episode, you cannot tell.
Right.
Thanks to David's awesome
audio wizard
podcasting skills.
It was good. It was a good episode. So, all right. So, you're good on that, John? Anything?
Yeah, speaking of last week.
Oh, boy.
When the show started, I always like to have my chat up. I don't chat a lot, but I do like to have it up. And when I turned on the chat, it started playing audibly during the podcast. And that wasn't very professional of me. So, I apologize for that.
Oh, well. You know, it happens. And I think we were pretty good, you know. We touched on some controversial subjects, the passing of a female that brought about some touchy jokes. But hey, that's the nature of the show, and I don't apologize for them. So
just on that, I saw that you posted the video, but I didn't watch it.
Of what? Oh, I didn't post. It was TMZ posted it. And you did not. So what we're talking about last week, we talked about. I forgot her name, unfortunately, but She was a lady who had been on MythBusters and was a person that was trying to break land speed records, and she passed away in a tragic crash. TMZ released the video, but I did not. I watched it. I don't think you saw her crash. You just saw how fast she was going, and then I think it kind of went far enough away. It was not like a close up of the wreck. I would not want to watch that, but I would have watched it.
But you tried.
Oh no, I just said I would not have wanted to. I remember there was that Al Qaeda video where they chopped that man's head off in America, and I was like, I don't know if I need to watch this.
I will never forget that.
The screams of that man are what haunt me.
Not even the screams, just his head coming off like that.
But his screams as it's coming off, it
makes you appreciate a good beheading, like the olden days when they used an axe and a block. Because that's like sudden, Like you assume maybe the person suffers a little bit. But yeah, they took their sweet time with that guy.
Thank you for that guillotine, Lee.
From that point on, I was like never interested in watching death videos. Now, I will tell you, I had a friend in college that would always be like, hey, man, you want to come watch Faces of Death? He's like, I got 3 and 4 on video.
There you go.
Just like,
it takes a special kind of person to get into those.
We watched it growing up.
I mean, a lot of people watched it in the 80s, right? Because it was hip. This was not the 80s. This was like after the craze. The dude was like still jonesing for some,
It's no more different than me than you had Face of Death and you had like Girls Gone Wild, which I never.
Oh, no, completely different.
Both of them you really probably shouldn't be watching. Both of them are controversial videos, and I never watched. I'm proud to say, I guess, but I never watched Girls Gone Wild, probably because you had to pay for it. I didn't know.
But you would watch late night TV just for the commercials.
I wish.
Okay.
No,
sure.
I was watching Howard Stern for the female guest for sure, but I did not.
Okay, but hold on.
Yeah.
How different was Howard Stern show? And
not some episodes, not much.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh yeah. No, I know. Oh, no, I clarified. I did not watch it because you had to pay for it, and I did not know how to break the paywall back then. I totally would watch it. I actually listened to a really good podcast called Swindled. And it is a top-notch podcast. And he actually did an entire episode on Joe Francis, the founder of it. It was very interesting.
So you don't watch Gone Wild, but you watch all the history, the making, the docudramas surrounding it. Like you're almost a connoisseur.
It's more interesting than the videos,
But how could you watch all that stuff and never?
No, I didn't watch
detective watch a video.
I listened. It's a podcast.
Whatever.
Yeah, no, I didn't watch it. I've seen the commercials.
But
obviously.
You would.
And I guess they got in hot water because a lot of the girls started being underage and lying about it, which I don't know how you would put that on the production company because they were giving them fake IDs. So I don't know. It's whatever.
They knew what they were doing.
Oh, for sure.
Because they were sleazy.
So how do we break into that market? Because we need...
The Girls Gone Wild market?
Well, just a sleaze or a controversial market. We need numbers, man. We need numbers to go up.
I don't think we're capable of being that type of guy.
You're right. We're not. That's why we need
when it all comes down to it, we were raised to respect women, and there's just
yeah, I guess so. Well, maybe we'll get that 4th hot chick at some point. I don't know what's going to happen, but all right. Well, moving on. This past week happened, and I know Lee definitely did something. Did John, anything happen for you this past week?
No.
I
went to the lake.
Really?
Yeah,
okay.
That was nice.
The lake.
What'd you do?
Lake.
The Great Lake?
No, Percy Priest Lake here in Nashville. They have an area that they've like brought in sand and stuff, so it's kind of like a little beach. And
crowded?
It was. For the size of it, yeah, it was pretty crowded, but we still had plenty of room to swim and if you wanted to play in the sand, you could do that.
Yeah.
So but it was a nice weekend. It felt really good. Asher, my 3-year-old, he didn't like the water at first, but once he got in there, he was like, okay, I'm in this. This is great.
Good.
So
lake life is the best. Truthfully,
it made me want to buy a boat.
I wouldn't say it's the best.
It's the best.
I'd probably say ocean beats lake every time.
Man,
every time I swim in a lake, I feel like there's dead people reaching up to grab me, and then if you're in the shallows and you step in the mud. And you got all those little plants grabbing at your feet.
You ain't doing it right. You get a boat, you rent you a boat, or like John in the ideal world with Rich, you buy one, but you rent you a boat. You get out in the middle of the water. You grab a couple of brewskis, man. You got some cold beer going on. You got the music, the tunes. You got people with you. It's fun. I love it. I saw
it. There was a double-decker pontoon boat.
Oh man.
I was like, oh, that's it, man.
Yeah.
That's like a little mini party right there.
Yeah.
I don't even have enough friends to fill up a single deck.
Why don't
pontoon.
all three of us go then one time? Just the boys. The boys out on the lake
That'd be
doing a
fun.
podcast, a boat cast.
A boat cast.
Boat
I like
cast.
boat casting.
Can we do a boat cast next
boat
year?
casting.
Maybe that's episode 200.
Maybe we should just like stream the entire thing live.
Boat cast.
Video.
Episode 200. We bring in some guests, get them out on the boat, man. We spend a whole day doing it. I don't know. Anyway. All right. Well, Lee, I didn't do anything this week that stands out. So, Lee, you had a little trip you went on for your birthday. Do you want to talk about that, or is it classified information?
No, it's fine. We can talk about it. I just went to Denver, Colorado. We went to the National Smokies. National Smoky Park.
Smokies or Rockies?
Rockies? Is it the Rockies?
It's not.
Smoky
I think
Mountains.
there might have been a little Freudian slip
The
there.
Smokies are in Tennessee. The Rockies
Yes.
are definitely in Denver. We went to Garden of the Gods. So we rented a lime green Jeep Rubicon
Okay, nice.
with the top down,
Yeah.
Sounds like it's fun.
Oh, yeah. We did a little forest trail up
All
the
right.
ridge.
Yeah.
That stuff was mind-blowing, man.
Did you go Pikes Peak by chance?
No,
Oh.
we didn't run out of time for that, but we
great.
saw it a lot.
It's great.
We just had one guy with us that was infatuated with Pikes Peak.
It is amazing.
He just
to go
couldn't
there.
stop, he's like the Rain Man. Pikes Peak, Pikes
Yeah.
Peak.
Oh, it's great.
It's weird.
It is one of the most beautiful sights you'll see. Now, I did watch, real quick, I watched Free Solo this past weekend, and wow, that is some crazy stuff. I mean,
You watched what?
Free Solo, the documentary.
Oh, yeah.
About what's the guy's name?
Alex Honnold.
Oh, wow. This guy's climbing, El Capitan, and holy crap, and he's climbing it, John, free, meaning
No
no
rope.
Yeah,
harnesses,
no rope. No.
solo by himself, and he did it in under 4 hours.
I've heard a lot about that guy. It's an intriguing fellow.
I mean, he holds the speed record. You'd go
Yeah.
2 people, and that's under 2 hours, I think.
Hey, so
It takes most people like 2 days to climb that thing.
Yeah, he did it in under 4 hours.
He's done it in under 2 with someone else.
Yeah, it's crazy. So anyway,
So the worst thing about doing it's doubles is there's sections where you're tied to someone, and if they fall off,
yeah,
you fall off too. So that's not even I understand not having fear and trusting yourself,
right.
but you would be talking about tying a rope to yourself. That's like if you and John were climbing and John slips and falls. That's tragic.
Why I gotta be the one that slips?
I wouldn't be climbing with John. No offense, but I wouldn't be climbing with myself either. So anyway, so you went to Colorado. You saw Red Rock. You
Yeah,
saw
went
who?
to Red
Who
Rocks.
was
We
the
saw
band?
Amos Lee with Patty Griffin. It was a
Okay.
really good time.
Good show. Grateful. You said there were some Grateful Dead.
Yeah, they
tunes?
did several Grateful Dead covers, which
Yikes.
seems fitting for Denver, Colorado.
How was Red Rock so at night? I mean, nice, right? I've never gone to that. And
Yeah, the venue was a lot bigger than I thought it would be, for starters, and the seats are really tight. We
bet.
ordered our tickets early, so I had, they weren't super close, but they were assigned nice seats or whatever. And it's once it fills up, you're just really packed in there.
Yeah.
So to reiterate, it was bigger than you thought it was, and it was really tight.
Yes.
Okay.
So I kind of
So
went to
everybody-
the back and,
everybody
just had a
knows.
good time.
We're good. Yeah, I've been to Red Rocks. I just not seen a concert at Red Rocks. So I love Colorado. I tell you, New York #1, Colorado #2. Those are my favorite places in America, without a doubt.
Where was number 1?
New York.
Oh, New York
Oh, it's
City.
magical. It's beautiful. It's the greatest city in the world.
But anyway, I think I'm going to buy a Jeep now.
well,
And I think I'm just going to start off-roading on the weekends.
when
I'm
you
gonna
were
be
a
one of
child,
those
well, when
guys.
you were a child, you said that was your ideal car. You wanted a Jeep.
I should probably do that.
I wanted a Dodge Viper. You wanted a Jeep. I'm never going to get mine, so you get yours.
This is what I've learned. So the people with the sports cars, the Dodge Vipers,
Right,
the
go ahead.
Corvettes and stuff,
here we go. Wait for it.
right? These are the people that want to be around other people. They want to go take their cars into the populated
for sure,
areas.
yeah.
They need the cement, they need the asphalt,
Yeah.
and they want to show off.
Yeah.
The people with the Jeeps want to get away from people. They want to go to the remote.
Yeah.
They want to be on the mountain by themselves.
Like Ted Kaczynski. Right? Was he a guy that wanted to be in the mountaintops remote by himself? I'm just saying. I mean, you're right. I'm the man, voice of the people, man of the people.
How many hoodies do you own, Lee?
Too many. He had a beard at one time, all I'm saying. But, so, yeah. But, no, Jeeps are cool. Just not my thing. I probably will never have a good sports car, if you want the truth. Right now, I drive a crappy Toyota Corolla, which is the furthest thing from a sports car you can get. I've never had a good car my entire life, so
we're not car people. Let's be
No,
honest.
we're
So
not.
I've got something else.
No, we're
I have
not.
another problem. Maybe this is like an
First
early Dear John. So, like, I love being in the mountains. I've come to realize that. Like,
Okay.
I lived in North Carolina for an extreme amount of time. I
Mhm.
enjoyed every minute of it. And when we were in the Jeep, we did this ridge trail that was like off-road Jeep trail, right? Everyone was panicked except me. Like, everyone thought they were going to fall off the
Right.
side of the cliff.
Scary.
Like, I was like, stop the car, let's get out. They're like, no, we can't stop the car, we'll die. Like, they were in serious panic. Now, I will tell you, we saw a minivan with a low clearance come up the trail at one point. So if that gives you any indication of what it was. But I enjoy driving those things. My wife, however, cannot be a passenger. So do I have to get 2 Jeeps? Do I just vacation by myself?
Hey, tell you what, run
you
that
go.
idea by your wife,
Oh, boy.
but have the camera going and the mics going, because we will go viral when she kills you.
Well, okay, so we like canoed once.
Mm-hmm.
And a canoe's a 2-person boat for the most part. It only took us one time to realize that we were actually kayak people. We each have our own separate
Right.
kayak, right?
Yeah.
So what do I do when it comes to a Jeep, though?
You just have to take your weekends and do your own thing. I mean, your wife should understand that. I'm not saying she will, but I'm saying not just your wife. All wives should understand that every once in a while, a guy needs his own weekend. You know, he needs his own time. He needs to, you be a guy. Get out there and do your thing. Now, if you're saying doing it like every week and you're screwed, that ain't happening. But I think everybody would be comfortable, even if girls want to go out on like a little girls trip. Go for it. Get out of my hair. Let me watch some TV. Let me just enjoy life, for a little bit. But same thing. If you want to get out there and do that by yourself, just don't make it another 127-hour thing where you're out there. Nobody knows where you're at. You're up climbing. A rock comes. You got to chop your own arm off. Just don't make it that. I would say you probably need to go with someone. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
Get a passenger. Somebody who doesn't mind being a passenger.
Get on.
That's supposed to be a wife, right?
Get on the Reddit. No.
Doesn't have to be.
No, that's not a wife. Get on Reddit, get on a message board, and just find a dude. I mean, you hiked the Appalachian Trail by yourself, and you met, like, some crazy people. You almost came across a murderer on the trail. That's a true story.
Well, I mean, I don't know if he murdered anyone, but he
was a
admitted
murderer.
to choking out
Okay.
a person of Chinese descent
Okay, well,
and was extremely racist about it. So.
Yes, there you go.
And I mean, those might not have been human bones hanging from his neck.
Possibly not, right? But anyway, I would say you just need to do it. You need to get out there and live your life. You're not getting any younger now. You're 40. You got to do the things you want to do because you'll wake up, you'll be 60. It's too late then. I mean, come on, let's be realistic here. Once you get to a certain age, it's done. I mean, you can do things, but it's not going to be off-roading in the mountains. So
what do I have to look forward to?
at 60,
Yeah. Tell me.
a lot of.
Are you there yet?
Not
Yeah,
yet.
you're talking like you're already there.
2 years older than you, so do the math.
I like sitting on the porch and rocking,
Yeah.
drinking sweet tea.
I think it's just a slower pace of life, I mean, I've wondered that. I mean, what is one's emotional age versus their physical age? I feel like emotionally and mentally I'm like 20 years old, but obviously physically I'm much older than that. So am I going to be still feeling that young when I'm 60? I don't know. Am I going to be just as dumb as I am today? Probably so. I mean, why would it get any better? So I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen at 60. Probably a lot of trips, a lot of avoiding death is what I would probably say. I mean, is that what people do when they get older? They just do things where they don't think about dying, right? They get I'm not a garden guy. I'm not an antique guy. I'm not that. So I don't know. I mean,
I think your life changes quite a bit when you get certain things like done. Like once you pay off your mortgage and once certain things happen in your life, that your time opens up.
Yeah.
And so I mean, I think that's why a lot of them do that, and they start out doing something that they're just trying something,
right?
And then you may like antiquing. You mean?
Well, I picked up a new hobby while I was in Colorado.
Yeah.
I'm picking up the Native American wind flute. So that's what my 60s are going to look like.
You're sitting on the porch playing your flute.
Yes. I'm trying to see.
I don't even have comments for this because
Like I was thinking this the other day. So John, your wife owns 2 samurai swords, and they have like really cool Japanese flutes, right? Like wind flutes that are fairly large. You could somehow incorporate a samurai sword into a wood flute.
I don't know.
That is like the perfect pastime, right?
No. I number one, I've already.
Okay, define that pastime. Playing a flute while you're killing somebody.
I mean, you can't kill someone and play the flute at
I've
the same
made it.
time.
I've made it.
Challenge accepted.
I've made it clear my thoughts on samurai swords. Dumb. The flute. Dumb.
You've never actually declared your intent on the flute.
Well,
before.
I just did just now. Dumb. I would say if you get 60, you want to start playing the guitar a little bit more. Okay, that's cool, man.
Banjo?
A little banjo,
Mandolin?
maybe. Sure.
Harmonica?
I mean, you got to look at
Bagpipe?
no.
No
No
bagpipes.
bagpipes. Once again, no. If you look dumb doing it, don't do it. That's my motto of life, you know.
If that was the case, I wouldn't be allowed to do anything.
Why do you breathe?
I mean, because I'm just the man, you know. I don't know what to say to that. I mean, I don't know what to say about it. Anyway. All right. So overall, good trip.
Oh, yeah, great. I would do it again. Not enough time, honestly. I felt
Right.
like there was more Jeep trails to be had.
Garden of the Gods.
The Garden of Gods was pretty cool, but I could tell, once again, you're the Dodge Viper dude. The Garden of Gods is like an asphalt race course around the rocks, right?
I mean, you know.
Like the hiking trails are
there's-
cement,
Yeah.
right?
Right. I mean,
Yeah.
you know. Once again, we live in a society now where we've built cities. We've built plumbing, roadways, brick houses. We should embrace these things. Like people like you are like, man, we need to get back to the wilderness, man. Like it's like, well, why? I mean, have evolved. Like you use the internet, right? Every day. You don't sit around and go, man, it'd be cool, man, if we had dial-up modem. You don't do that, do you? No, you never do that.
Actually, it would be kind of cool to
No,
have
it would
dial-up
not.
modems again.
No.
No.
Because have you ever seen the movie Hackers?
Yeah.
Okay, so they went to the airport and they tied 2 phones together and then they put a modem coupler on it, and then the police thought that they were at the airport, right? Super cool. You can't do that anymore.
You know that movie has been criticized as the least authentic hacker movie of all
Because
time.
people don't
There's things that are
listen.
so dumb.
There are
People
things that are so dumb it's ridiculous. Okay, but there's also things in that movie that are very hackerish.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Okay, we
What do
good.
you even know? What do you know about hacking?
I'm a social engineering
Exactly.
master.
You know nothing about the hacking.
That is hacking.
You're the pretty boy that goes in and talks sweet to people.
That's part of hacking.
No, it's not.
Social engineering is not part of hacking. Do you really want to go down this route?
It's not technical hacking.
Well, it is hacking, though. And some would say far more superior than, here's some numbers. Without the details of the man going and getting the information, you're nothing but a little train coding monkey.
So
you
does
know
that leave John for the dumpster diving?
I don't know what John does in this story. I mean, do you dumpster dive for us?
I'll be the watch guy. I don't know.
The watch guy. Yeah, okay.
I'll be in the car, guys.
You know I nailed you with the dial-up modem. All right, so we're going to move on. We have news to talk about. We got a couple stories that stand out this week, and we're going to address those. So the first one was an older story I found, but this is pretty good. And we got questions to talk about in the story because I read it earlier. I want your input on it. It says, imagine loving Tupac, the rapper, so much you get fired for it, like this 66-year-old man. Now, what do you imagine this 66-year-old man looks like? Go ahead. Just throw it off without looking at the screen there. What do you think he looks like, John?
I mean, I'd imagine he's a African-American man.
Yeah.
Probably resembles him a little bit.
Okay, well, there he is right there on the screen. That is 66-year-old. So this
So
is
go ahead and describe him, David.
He looks like Jim Cooper.
He looks like Jim-
John Cooper.
Yeah, it
You
looks
guys
like
running-
John Cooper and Jim Cooper mixed together. He is a white man with white hair, glasses, and the most clean-cut dude you've ever seen in your life. Now, this is 66-year-old Jerry Foxhoven. Now, my man here worked for the Department of Human Services in Iowa, and he loved Tupac Shakur so much that he would, on his emails, his signature line were Tupac lyrics. He would email everyone when it was Tupac's birthday, which proved to be the tipping point of his career. He would talk to people about Tupac all the time, would play all of his music. I mean, this guy was a hardcore fanatic here. So here's some of the stuff he did. Regularly held Tupac Fridays in his office. Now, this is like, I would love this guy, dude. He'd be the best dude ever. Was known to passionately school others on Tupac versus Tupac, the spelling of the name, stylization. Rather than accept whatever office treats were coming his way for his 65th birthday, he handed out Tupac-themed cookies. He bonded with other co-workers by quoting Tupac lyrics and used them as email, and he sent enough emails containing Tupac references to fill an entire 350-page document. The final straw apparently arrived in the form of Mr. Foxhoven ceasing all 4,300 employees at the Department of Human Services on email, encouraging everyone to celebrate properly what would have been Tupac's 49th birthday. He was fired from his job for this, and now that's the story. Now, there's some problems with the story that I see. Number one, do you think this is really what this man was fired for? I mean, because I don't know.
I think he was fired for CCing 4,000 people.
You think he was fired for that?
That seems like it'd be a pretty big.
People have done that at my job, like
4,000
with Tupac lyrics.
Police department. When I worked there, there was probably like almost 2,000 people, and people sent emails to every person, accidentally or incidentally, whatever the question would be. I had people that sent emails to the entire like IT and staff I'm at now, and like this dude was 66. I'm starting to think maybe they wanted
trying to avoid.
They want to push him out the door. Now, how offensive is it if he sent the email anyway? It's just an email saying, "Hey, man, it's Tupac's 49th birthday, guys." Really, is that fireable? I mean, let's be honest. Is that fireable?
Would you be fired if you did that?
No, I don't think so. I'd probably be reprimanded for sure. I don't even know if I'd be
reprimanded. What if that was not the first time he's done that, though?
Well, I mean, it didn't mention
350-page report.
I mean, the man loved Tupac. If that's a crime, consider me guilty. Like, Tupac Shakur was like the first rapper like I really got into.
Yeah, but you don't close your emails, me against the world.
I should. I might start doing that. It's pretty good.
So I had a friend, someone you know. His name was Steve.
Okay.
He would sign all his emails with Beastie Boy lyrics.
Did he get in trouble for it?
Not that I'm aware of.
Exactly. This is a setup. This man should sue, man.
I don't know. He's CC'd everyone.
This man is like...
He was probably... But there's a difference between the Beastie Boys and Tupac. If he truly...
They're white.
Okay, that's fine.
Tupac's black. I mean,
look,
call it what it is.
If you listen to the music is different. If the dude truly embraced the message that Tupac was sending out there and it finally got to him, he was probably like, it's me against the world, man. That's where I take my stand, you know? He probably started getting real gangster at work.
I doubt that guy ever got gangster in his life. I mean,
okay,
but not based on that picture,
so
no.
if you could quote every Tupac song by heart, do you not think that would spill over into your consciousnly somehow? You're like at the grocery store, you're like, oh, it's about time to keep it real.
You need a gangster at the head of the Human Resources Division of Iowa.
Why?
Iowa is one of the whitest states in the United States of America. I mean, it is white. Like, you know, like, I don't know. I just feel, he was pushed out because he was too old, which happens in government jobs all of the time. A good friend of ours, dad was pushed out because he got older.
What they catch him on?
Oh, he was disabled and couldn't perform the job, but it was an accident that happened at work.
Which one would you rather go out on?
Tupac. All the way, bro.
You really want to be known as the Tupac guy?
Hell yeah, dude. I don't even
know if you can claim disability on that.
I mean,
one.
the street cred alone, he'll get unemployment, and then
but not like disability.
Well, this guy didn't get that great of a pay thing because they knocked his pay down. I could get into Metro stuff all day, but the point is,
they knock your pay down first, then they fire you.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah, and they could do it for a couple of years because it's the last 5 years that you're getting paid is what they pay your disability on. Wow. So instead of like an officer pay, which this man was, they knocked him down to under an officer, which is a severe pay drop, and then he got paid off that. The government will screw you. I know that's a big shocker to everyone that listens, but they will screw you over. Speaking of screwing people over, this is a good one here. I was a religious zealot, this is what the article says, that hurt people after coming out as gay. Former conversion therapy leader is apologizing to the LGBTQ community. Said a founder and former leader of a South Carolina faith-based conversion therapy program has come out as gay. Shocker. McCrae Game, his name is McCrae Game, what a great name, 51, is speaking out saying he was fired from Hope for Wellness, the conversion therapy program he founded in 1999 because he founded? He was one of the founders, yeah. And he was a gay man. Now, if you're not familiar with conversion therapy, obviously it's very popular in religious groups. I think it was only probably done in religious groups, but basically they take people that are gay and they try to pray the gay away or go through programs that will make them not be gay anymore, which is really crazy. But anyway, so he came out and said this, and I've always thought that the majority of the dudes in gay conversion therapy are definitely gay, 100%. Like, there's no way you sign up for that kind of thing without being gay yourself. I mean, so yeah.
Say that one more time, just so we're all clear.
Here's what I say. I'll say it about anybody. Politicians, religious leaders, anybody that's speaking too loud about something, they are that thing most of the time.
What does that make you?
I am a man of the people, upstanding citizen, a great guy.
So
that would make David a hipster.
Yeah.
So what you're saying is whatever they're staying against, they're actually into?
Yeah. Look at politicians.
So you're like...
So that whole school of thou dost protest too much?
Yes, there you go.
So when you see someone with a neck tattoo, you're probably like, man, that's so cool.
No, not that
when
one.
You see a guy in shorts with a neck tattoo, you're like, that's my homie.
No. But I will say with John,
that bow tie. Gotta have that bow tie.
I'm going to say John nailed it. The hipster thing, I do kind of sometimes wish I was a hipster. I mean, yeah, I'm not going to lie about it. But, you know.
Have you thought about hipster conversion therapy?
Let's start it. That would be a good one. We could do that. But anyway, is this surprising at all?
What would that be? Making somebody like listen to Chicago for hours on end?
Are you trying to make them into a hipster or trying to break them from being a hipster?
Break them from being a hipster.
That's good. Chicago would be pretty good. Okay, so John,
I just thought of something that I liked.
We're going to start with John. Now, John, I know this is something that is done in certain sections of the LDS Church, correct?
The Mormon offshoots, yes.
Okay, it's not
but
done
not
in
the true Mormons.
Not the LDS Church.
But you can't be in the church if you're gay, for sure.
You can be, but you can't.
You just can't be a practicing gay person.
Yeah, I mean, you can't be
sexually active.
You can't be an active alcoholic if be active in the church.
So you say alcoholic like it's a sin?
No, somebody who's drinking all the time, that's against the rules.
So can you be in the Mormon church if you're straight and sexually active?
Good
no.
question.
No?
It's still against it's against the rules.
So any sin, they'll kick you out.
Not any. It depends on the how often it happens and remorse, any intentions on curbing your behavior. It's not just like, oh, you did something bad, you're out, because otherwise there wouldn't be anybody in the church. But
well, we're surprised there are, so.
Jay says it's good. It's a very interesting conversation. So,
sorry, John.
recently in the news, to back up John's point a little bit, I mean, I disagree with everything John said, but to back up his point, is that there was a guy locally who was a prominent member of the Mormon church who was caught videotaping women in dressing rooms at a store, and he was stripped of his membership. Correct?
I didn't follow up on that story. So
I think I read.
But I wouldn't be surprised.
Okay, so Robin says they don't kick you out either. What does that mean when she said in quotes kick you out?
Excommunication is what a lot of people would, but you are still welcome to come to church and. Every Sunday,
you just can't be in the holy temple.
But what does that? Yeah, what does that mean?
Rituals.
Yeah, what does that mean though? No,
well, there's certain aspects of the church. There's you have callings. Everyone has like a job, quote unquote, that you have to do at your church.
What's your job?
Me and my wife, we teach primary. So we teach the kids Sunday school class.
That's a calling, huh?
So you mean everyone there has a job to do? Can you give us examples of other jobs? Because not everyone can teach,
preaching,
obviously.
Teaching.
Well, no, you can't. Everyone can't do that. So, what are some other jobs you might have?
There's a kind of a blanket fold of everybody pretty much is what's called. Well, it's not called that anymore, but it's called ministering, but it was called home teaching.
Okay.
For the men, it was called visiting teaching for the women, and it's basically you're assigned so many families, and you just visit them once a month.
Families in the church or family? Okay.
And then there's also the money collector. That's an important job.
Is there a money collector?
There's not a money collector.
Is there an accountant?
There are church clerks. In fact, I had a calling as a church clerk as well.
You were in charge of the money, kind of.
Kind of, yeah.
Keeping records of it.
Yeah.
Okay. So anyway, the offshoots of the Mormon Church and a lot of Southern believe they can just pray the gay away, which
I mean, it's bound to be effective. Like, you can brainwash someone into doing anything, right?
Well, it's not very effective because if you start watching documentaries or reading stories, every person relapses in it because it's not
Well, yeah,
true.
because they don't follow up with more abuse. That's the thing.
It was 2019, man. How is this still being allowed? Like, this was a big thing that followed Pence during the last election, is that he had sponsored certain bills that allowed for conversion therapy.
And he still does, I'm sure.
Well, he says he didn't anymore, but I don't follow Pence quickly enough, which is odd because this is the most, when we look back at history, this vice president is forgettable as they come. Like, this guy has
heard, like, he went to Ireland and, like, literally 0 people showed up.
I mean, I bet you a lot of people don't even know that dude's vice president today.
But aren't most vice presidents that way?
Man.
Well, but the thing is like you got to look at the spotlight stealing of our current president.
Yeah.
Has anyone been that way? I mean, I think if Pence was doing anything, Trump would probably try to do something even more extravagant. So
yeah, doesn't it make more sense that the vice president should always be the person who doesn't win, and then they're forced to work together?
I've said this before. I agree. I believe that Trump and Hillary, Trump should be president, Hillary should be vice president.
And they have to agree to veto something or something?
Yes. I think that system would work way better than what we have now, where it's just two ideologically people sound that are just going to agree on everything. Like I said, you look back, Biden, everyone obviously knows, he was very, you saw him when Obama was president, generally with Obama. I haven't seen Pence with Trump once.
So don't you think that if
probably can't stand to be around him?
Probably not. So don't you think, though, if that system was in play, there'd be a whole lot more assassinations?
I was thinking about that. You'd have to up security big time.
That's possible,
or even like the president trying to kill the other person.
I mean, possible.
The vice president be like, "Hey,
well, I don't think it could be a vice president
drink this."
Anymore,
I don't know. I hope
could figure it out.
mankind's better than that. It is odd. I've been listening to a lot of podcasts about crime and stuff like that, and it's so weird.
The president just died. What?
How much of the 70s had pedophiles, serial killers, assassination attempts? That's why I look back and people are like, man, 2019 is the worst time ever in American history. It's like, oh man, 70s were terrible. I mean, there was like
early 70s was pretty bad.
I mean, think about like AIDS first coming out. They had no idea what it was. They had no idea how it was spread. Like, it was complete epidemic. People were panicking.
Wild things are happening in the 70s.
Vietnam, Watergate.
Yeah, that's true. Anyway, I just thought that because that. So, anyways, conversion therapy, blah. I mean, no surprise this guy's gay. Is all I'm saying. I mean,
at least he's coming out and speaking against it now, right?
Well, and hopefully they'll shut it down.
He's probably just looking for somebody who'll give any kind of attention at this point.
You think so?
I mean, when you separate yourself from something that you truly do belong with, so vehemently that you ostracize that group, then you all of a sudden you're part of it. But I mean, you don't really have a camp to call home at that point.
But he could also feel remorse for all the horrible things that he's caused.
Well,
people,
I hope he does.
That could be the other token. It'd be like, I have to do something to right the wrongs of my past.
I think he has mentioned he feels very bad about it, and I don't know. It's just silly. Why are we concerned about it? I just can't. Why do we care? Why does anyone care?
Because John said it himself. He sees being gay as a sin.
Okay.
The church sees it as a sin, unnatural, right?
Any sexual sin, not just. No.
Because if two gay guys were married and they had sex, that would be a sin, right?
Yes.
Yes, because.
So it is a sin.
Marriage is not quantifiable.
But John, you can't hide behind. It is a sin.
It doesn't matter if it's love.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm not saying it's not. I'm saying that
don't
to cherry pick that one aspect.
But don't half-ass it. Just go, yeah, it's a sin to be gay, right?
That's it. So
it's a sin to act on it.
It's a sin
to act on your gayness. As long as you don't act on your gayness,
the natural man.
You can be as gay as you want. Okay, you can be in there.
Can you imagine the gayest guy walking into the Mormon church? This dude's like, dude, hey y'all.
I know guys that have gone on missions.
Yes.
And like years later, they come out, and I'm like, well, duh.
John,
But I mean,
here's what I feel, John, and
So-
we can move on to next story. But yes,
saying.
John could be gay. True, from Jason's chat. I'm just saying, John.
Jason can only dream.
Deep down, there's no way you think that. I know you'll say it, and I know you can't.
You have
but
to.
I
You
know,
want to wear your
but,
underwear at the special.
And I may be
festival.
wrong. I could be completely wrong about that. I don't know. I'm not you.
He believes it. Come on.
I don't know.
He
But
does.
anyway,
He does.
it's 2019.
Here's the thing, like life is so difficult and it's like so few chances to be happy.
right.
How could you deny something that, like you said, it literally doesn't affect you? Like the people that are so worried about it, their problem is they're gay.
I think so.
And they're not allowed to be happy and they don't
yeah.
want anyone else to be happy for that reason.
I believe
right?
it. Yeah, I believe it.
Like I don't like rich people. And it's because I want to be rich, right?
Well, I mean, that's that we can get into that. That may be a different story.
I don't
but
think so.
you don't want you want to be wealthy, but do you want to be like a rich person?
Yes, I want to be exactly
You want to
a-
be ordering your.
I do,
people
right?
I hate rich people. I would never want to be rich. Like I would want to have money, but I would
You
never.
can't have one without the other.
Rich and
I
poor.
think you can.
Rich and poor are mindsets. As Dave Chappelle said in his special, his dad told him. Dave Chappelle goes, "We're poor," and his dad goes, "No, you're not poor. Poor is a mindset. You're broke." And I think that is very true. Like there's a mindset where I will always be kind of poor. Like I will never. Like when I get around wealthy people, like my wife works with some people that make good money, and I just never feel very comfortable around it. I think they think they're better than other people. So I don't know. Anyway, well, let's move on past that story and let's get to a funny one to kind of end the news on. Chris Jericho, if you don't know who he's, a wrestler, podcaster. He's a lead singer in a heavy metal band called Fozzy. He is in a new wrestling organization called AEW, All Elite Wrestling, and so they had their first big pay-per-view this past week, like their main one, and he won the heavyweight belt. Okay. And so he won the belt, and then he puts it in his limo. He goes to the Longhorn Steak House. I wish I was making this up. He goes to the Longhorn Steak House. He leaves the belt in the limo. The limo driver leaves, mistakes the luggage apparently. Limo driver comes back. The belt's gone. It's missing completely. And now they were on this big hunt for it. They found it today. They didn't really say where they found it, how they found it. Official police report was filled. The belt was valued at like a lot of money. I'm talking $20,000 to $100,000. This ain't no like fake ass plastic belt. This is a real like belt. And how goofy do you have to be? Like, is there any possession you would have? Number one, this is embarrassing for the wrestler. Like, I know he's playing it up like it's not, but I would be so embarrassed if I lost the damn championship belt.
What's more embarrassing, losing the belt or eating at Longhorn Steak House?
Well, he didn't really lose it, did he? He got it stolen, right?
Well, they can say stolen, but if you leave your wallet down on the ground, you come back and it's gone, you really lost it. I mean, someone may have picked it up, but you lost it at that point. If that damn belt's worth $100,000,
That belt ain't worth $100,000.
Yeah,
brother.
it is. No, it's well done, man. It's crazy how much these belts are worth. I know that's crazy, but they're worth a lot of money.
That's what they tell you.
No, police report. I mean, it's on official police. This isn't like
Sure.
a storyline or anything. Well, I'm starting to
Wrestling
wonder.
is known for its truthiness.
I'm starting to wonder if this is a storyline. But anyway, I'm like, John, why in the hell are you eating at a damn Longhorn Steak House, brother?
Have
like,
you been to Longhorn before?
yes, I've been.
Yes,
It's
we
It's
have.
for poor people, man.
It's not for someone who's pulling.
I don't think.
Longhorn Steakhouse is not for someone who's carrying around a $100,000 belt.
Lee, you know Longhorn Steakhouse is for the
I
poor
would
man.
say,
We used
like-
to eat there. It was called something else. It's called Ponderosa.
Okay, so
same
that's
thing.
what I'm saying. Longhorn is actually up there with like it's even above Outback, I would say.
It's probably around Outback. I'll give
Right,
you that.
so
Outback
that's-
is like middle of the road. Okay, it's not poor. You're right.
Where do people like Chris Jericho go to eat? Tell
like
us.
Sperry's or
The dude's at AEW, man.
Ruth
He's
Chris-
obviously struggling a little bit.
No, he is the lead singer of a heavy metal band. He was in WWE for years. This guy is worth you could look up his net worth. This dude is a millionaire, well over. He's a lead singer of a very successful band.
You don't understand that he's just a regular person and he eats where regular people eat.
I love Jericho.
He's not like, Slim Shady, who's going to be seen by every single person. Nobody's going to know who Chris Jericho is.
Oh, yeah, they will.
At the Longhorn Steak House.
Oh, yeah.
Okay?
That's exactly where people will know who he is.
Then that's probably why
If
he
he's
went.
going to Sperry's, that's how he doesn't get noticed.
Yeah, no one would notice with Sperry's, which is a steakhouse here in town.
There's a joke. I heard a comedian say he's on Spirit Airlines, and someone was having like a heart attack or something, and one of the pilots or someone came on the intercom and said, "Is there a doctor on board?" And obviously it's in the joke world. I'm sure he didn't really say this. He's like, "Not on Spirit Airlines. You're looking for an Uber driver. We got plenty of those."
Sure, that's good. Some comedian was talking about that was the most embarrassing thing he did was fly Spirit. He goes, "I'll never do it again." I think it was Jerry O'Connell was talking about it. But anyway, so you're cool with this?
What is there not to be cool with? How is this even a story?
It's a funny story. Would you, if you had $100,000 item, a belt, a ring, anything?
If someone told me that it was $100,000,
yeah, right. Would you put
he was probably drunk.
It could be
having a good time, celebrating his.
That would explain going to Longhorn.
He just grappled another man for an hour. Now he's feeling good that he won.
Okay, well, AEW. If you're a wrestling fan, go check it out. It's going to be coming out this in the next couple of weeks on TNT. It's going to be going up against WWE NXT. So if you're a wrestling fan,
what does that even mean?
Well, don't worry about it.
So many.
Don't
things.
worry about if you're not a wrestling fan.
Are they now like the divisions are wrestling each other?
No, they're two separate companies, kind of like WCW.
That's what I'm saying. So the two separate companies are like going at it.
Yeah, they're going at it.
How do they write the storyline?
No, not like that.
No, they're going at it in real life.
Trying to get ratings.
Yes, real life. They're going at it. So
all right, yeah, this is AEW's attempt. Obviously.
Yeah, good luck, guys. I mean, WWE is a corporate monster who is hard to take down. They've got all the money.
I mean, it's not like they're going up against Raw, SmackDown. They are going against NXT, and so.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. If you're a wrestling fan, I know a few of you are. I know you got a kick out of Chris Jericho losing his belt. He got it back though, so yay.
What is his finishing move? The wall or something?
Well, it used to be the walls. It used to be the walls of Jericho, and then it was a code breaker. It's something new now.
Code breaker.
Code breaker. You jump up, put your knees up underneath their chin, and you just fall down.
Why was it called the code breaker?
Like a jawbreaker?
Because he was Y2J and could you break the code or something? I don't know, man.
And what is it these days?
I have no idea.
He just looks at you with his eyes and you fall over?
I don't watch AEW. I couldn't tell you. It's not really my thing. I'm a WWE guy. I watch it every week. If you want to talk about those guys, I could.
Those guys never lose their belts.
No. Because they have two belts, actually. They have a belt that stays there, and they have a belt that they go with for promotion things.
Yeah.
If you lose it there, you're probably in big trouble.
Time.
Yeah. So, all right. Well, sorry, Chris Jericho. Don't lose your damn belt anymore.
They probably don't eat at Logan's either.
No. They might.
Roadhouse. What is it?
You
Longhorn?
know, it's kind of crazy. You would think the WWE wrestlers would travel no, they travel on their own, and they're required to get to the next place on their own, which is crazy to me. I mean, this is a
lot of them travel together as. Yeah. We've kind of discussed before.
They probably don't get paid nearly as much as you think they do.
Oh, they get a lot. The big stars get paid millions, and the other ones get paid hundreds of thousands. So
maybe
it's tough. It's a year-round job. So, all right. Well, that's your news for this week. Hopefully, you enjoyed it. So, I guess it's time for everyone's favorite segment. It's time for a little Dear John.
Dear John.
All right, it's time for Dear John. I just want to tell everybody, you need to get in the chat because it is blowing up right now. We got some good conversation about the whole Mormon church thing, which you're missing. So come hang out with us on Thursday nights because the chat's always live and we love it. And we got a couple of Joseph Wozniak says, I love the wide lens look. Thank you. And we have a new guy watching who found us through the hot sauce review. So come hang out with us. And we do this fun little thing called Dear John. Someone has written in for advice. Lee's going to read it. John's going to answer it. And it's all going to go to hell in a handbasket. So there you go.
This one comes in. Dear John, my divorced 38-year-old brother is addicted to opioids. My wealthy, enabling mother constantly bails him out financially. My brother is engaged to a very kind woman, a mother of 3 he met 4 months ago. She's not aware of his lies, manipulations, debts, and pill addiction. My brother has already destroyed a previous marriage with his actions, and I'm finding it difficult to sit back and let this happen yet another time. To yet another innocent woman. I'm tired of lying for him, and I know that eventually this will come to a head. Do I come forward with the truth now and possibly harm the relationship, or watch them go through with this marriage and hope for the best? From Unsure in Nashville.
Okay.
Hold on. We need John.
No,
we need Dear John.
I want to do a recap. Last week's recap. Just to do a little recap as you heard it last week. Last week, someone wrote in and said that, I just want to recap this. Someone wrote in and said their family member they worked with was going through classified medical records.
They didn't work with them. They funded them to go through school and
They
everything.
knew they were going through classified medical
Why
records.
are we talking about that? How does that have
because
anything to do with anything?
It's going to factor very heavily into this.
David
John
knows how I think, and so
And John said on the episode, let it go. Don't be a rat. Is that kind of what your advice was last week? Let it go.
yeah.
Okay, so here we go. To recap this one, her brother is a opioid addict. He is going to marry this woman and destroy her life. Does the sibling lie for him or let the marriage go through? John, what do you think?
David was correct in his assumptions. I'm doing a complete 180 for this story.
Medical records, okay.
I
Opioid
knew
addiction,
it.
back.
I knew
No,
it.
it's not even about the opioid. There's kids involved.
Oh, come
That's
on.
and that's
About the
my weak
kids,
spot.
man.
I'm sorry. You cannot let this go through. First of all, there's something wrong with this woman. You got kids. If you known somebody for 4 months and you're getting married,
Well, of course, brother. She's probably desperate at this point. I mean, he's 38
Or
years
in
old.
love.
In love with being completed.
You
you
maybe.
manipulator,
gotta
maybe, but
take.
still.
You can't do things the same as you would as if you were single.
Okay, so
When you have kids,
Yeah, you got to
there's
hop on the.
there's different rules, man.
Speaking of heavier drugs. Okay, so look, he's gonna go to this. She's gonna go to this woman. Okay, how what does she say? Because
I would go to my brother first and like, look, if you don't tell her, I'm gonna tell her.
Okay, I wouldn't do that because then he's gonna go give her the heads up. Do you think this woman's gonna believe the sister? That's my first question. How do you do that?
What would you have to gain by lying?
Well, he can just say she always does this. She tries to get involved in all my relationships, and this is what she's doing now. I mean, I find it more alarming she doesn't know he's addicted to drugs. That is kind of problematic. But the point is, so how would you approach? So you go to the brother
Yeah.
and say either come
Like,
clean.
look, if you love this, if you care about this
Well,
person,
I don't think he does.
I don't think so either. But I mean, that's
What
a
if
way
he
to
said
find
that?
out.
What if he's like, nah, I'm just in it to win it, baby.
I'm like, oh, okay, you got me, bro. And then I'd go tell her.
Well-
I was like, at least you're being honest. I don't want you to hurt yourself. Then I'd go behind his back and ride him
Well, let's
out.
look at it. The mother always bails him out financially, so obviously he's probably getting with this woman. There's probably money factors into it, I would imagine.
I mean,
he probably needs
imagine.
a place to stay or whatever. If he's a drug addict, he probably doesn't have a lot of money that he can help, so it's probably going to drugs. So I would factor a lot of this is probably a steady income, a place to stay. Okay, so I don't know this guy, I don't know who this is, but I would factor that he probably does not love her after 4 months. I mean, that's a safe assumption. So, okay, so then the sister goes to him. What does she tell her? I mean, she just tells her, lays it out. What, he's a drug addict?
I would have like documentation and proof of how these other marriages failed. And
Okay.
P.I.
Documentation.
John over
What
here.
documentation would you
I
have?
like it. That's
don't
normally
know.
my take,
Yeah,
right?
that
That's
is,
usually
yeah,
my
yeah.
take.
I mean, there's something that if
There's
if
probably
he's
a s-
opioid, if his mother bailed him out for something, what did she bail him out
Well,
on?
debt. I
There's
mean,
probably
he's
some
apparently-
Facebook screenshots out there, you know.
says she's not aware of his lies, manipulation, debt. But see, this guy to me is a guy that is a con artist. And what con artists do well, that they
Cover
do
their
better than
tracks,
other people,
yeah.
is they lie. And they convince people their lies are reality. And that's the scary part. So, I mean, I'm with you. I mean, if you're asking me what I would say,
Okay.
I don't know. You know what?
Here's what you do.
I almost wouldn't get involved,
what you do.
truthfully. I mean,
You go and you get you a big old bottle of opioids,
there you go.
and you just give them to your brother, and you.
Hope he ODs and dies.
Well, no.
Because he
but-
might.
Maybe like take him on vacation with you or somewhere.
Well, he's still going to come back and need a place to stay. Are you going to let him stay with you?
You take a lot of pictures,
I
forward it on to the fiance.
I would say this. I don't know how much. I don't know how much of responsibility it is. Last week, you knew the family members he was doing this to. So I always say if it stays in house, it needs to stay in house. You don't know this woman. Like, I don't think
So
she
just let
does.
it happen.
I don't. What are you gonna do? You're only gonna come across as the bad guy either way. Like, you.
I've got it. At the wedding, when the preacher says, "Is there any reason these two should not be joined?" You stand up
and say, well, he's a drug addict.
Yeah.
What if she's like, yeah, I know.
I don't. Maybe do you say it louder? I don't think these. I don't. Why do they? Have you
I
ever?
mean, you could do stuff on the down low, send her multiple emails. and it doesn't have to
Multiple
come from that
emails.
person.
Have you ever known a couple that was together and you went, oh no, this can't happen? Did you ever get involved? So honestly, did you ever get involved? Ever?
No.
Okay, I haven't either. It's okay, fair enough. Lee, have you ever gotten involved? Why did you not? No. Why did you not get involved then, John?
Yes, I actually had tried.
Okay, you tried, but was it successful?
No.
Okay.
And it never will be.
Oh, thank you. So what do you have to gain? You're going to have to let this woman, she's made her bed. There's nothing you're going to say that's going to change
But if she
it.
truly doesn't know that he is manipulated.
She's not going to believe
If she
it.
truly doesn't know, and like there's a lot to this story that doesn't seem above board,
This
right? Like
happens.
you never know.
This happens.
But if the woman truly is in love, right? Like you guys obviously don't believe in love at first sight because you're saying how could you be in love with someone after 4 months?
Whoa,
yes,
whoa.
I do.
You do Mr. Non-Attractiveness? Anyone
Yes.
can? Oh,
Yes.
my God. That's unbelievable.
It's not so much seeing as because you could be blind and fall in love.
Love
at
at first sight? Are you
hearing.
kidding me, bro?
It's
What?
more of just like chemical, pheromonal.
That's not love. That's lust.
like aura.
No, get out of
intertwining.
it. Stop it.
What lust? Okay, fair. Let's say this woman is lusty.
Have I been lust at first sight?
She's
Yeah.
so lusty that she wants to be married, right? But she really doesn't understand the situation she's walking to, and she has kids, just like John has pointed out. I think someone
Maybe
should
he's
say
getting
something.
her drugs. I mean, maybe. I DJ'd at a wedding for a couple, and I was trying to get the sentimental me wanted to make it a really special occasion for them, and so I asked them separately, why do you really care about this person? And when I was talking to the future wife, she jokingly said, "Well, he gets me high." And so I mean, this could be one of those situations where.
Did you use that or no?
No, I didn't use that.
Yeah, we had to do that at my wedding, and but anyway.
That's where I got the idea. Actually,
Okay.
I got it from your wedding. Your DJ was phenomenal.
Yeah, he was good. Okay, well, so I mean, I'm just saying I would not get involved, but John, you're saying go ahead and get
He
involved.
said multiple emails.
It's because of the kids.
What's that?
Multiple anonymous emails.
Multiple anonymous emails. So John, get involved. Lee, send emails, documentation.
John was saying multiple.
You're saying
emails.
drugs. Give them drugs, more drugs. Kill them.
I do agree that somebody should say something to her. I like John.
I would just say stay
I like
out of
John's
it. You have
advice.
nothing to gain. You're going to be the bad guy. And
You wouldn't be the bad guy if you sent an anonymous email.
and
No
then
one would know.
What are you going to do? You're going to walk it when it's over and just go, I told you so. I mean, what do you get out of that? Come on. I don't know.
I think I would like send an email to Michael Anthony and ask if he would do a memory of the week on it, and then that way she would hear it and be real subtle.
Best of luck, unsure in Nashville, because you're screwed either way it
we
goes.
don't
There
know.
you go. That's Dear John. All right, that's Dear John. If you want to send in something, hit us up on social media, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, or email us. It's simply bybpod@gmail.com. That is bybpod@gmail.com. All that information is available on the website as well, so you can do that there. So, all right, well, we've come up to the end of the episode. Like I said, it's football time in Tennessee, so we got the Titans playing the Browns this Sunday. Any quick picks on that, John? Cleveland or Tennessee?
We got a few ex Patriots players, so I'm going with the Titans.
Lee, any
I don't
guess?
think the Titans are ever going to win another game in their history of the franchise at this point.
I'm gonna go with Cleveland. They're stacked, and I don't. Things are not gonna look good for Tennessee this year. I'm rooting for them, but I would say probably not good. So be looking for that. We'll come back with those picks next week, hopefully, and let you know. But hey, if you enjoyed this podcast, please go to our website, blameyourbro.com, bookmark it, go to it all the time. It's got all of our social media links. It's got ways to grab the podcast. We're available on all the podcast platforms, so if you want to grab it like that, we'd appreciate it. If you're going to buy anything through Amazon, please use our Amazon link. It's simply a link that takes you back to Amazon, and when you purchase things, we get a small percentage of the sales. It's right there on the website. So before you buy anything on Amazon, click on that link and do it. You can even buy one of those Blame Your Brother shirts. People love them. You go out, people will talk to you. So there's a link for that. And don't forget, we're streamed every Tuesday morning on RadioVegas.rocks. Go there, RadioVegas.rocks. Grab the app. It's an internet radio station. It's great. It's got a bunch of great shows on it. If you need something to listen to at work, RadioVegas.rocks. And we're also streamed every Friday on ComingRightUp.org. So go check that out. And if you want to email the show, there's room right there on the website. You can do it anonymously. Any name you want to send, we will not know, and that will happen. You can also send us a voicemail. Lee, are we working on a zine? How close are we to that zine happening? That's a kind of a tease right there.
It's supposed to be a surprise.
Well, it is. I did not give any information, really. Just
Well,
possibly.
you kind of basically said what it was.
Well, but we're not telling what it is. Is that kind of a tease down the road?
Yes.
But we're gonna have to get people's emails and like physical addresses. So
That's right. You've heard it here first.
So you're gonna start working on getting all this information. You're gonna need something for the people. Can we get like a something on the website?
Well, let's get it finished first.
All right. So it's just something. I mean, if we got to take that out and post, I guess we can. But anyway, yeah, but go to the website. It's got great articles, all our past episodes, and I guess that's about it. So with that being said, Lee, is there anything else?
Don't blame yourself when you can blame your brother.
I'm Donald Trump, and I approve this message.